Hello and welcome to the first episode of The Honest Football Coach with me, Dan Steele. This is a podcast which is designed to give grassroots football coaches a platform to share their thoughts and feelings about what they do on a day-to-day basis. As we know, coaching is not just about setting up a game on a Sunday. There's a lot more that goes into it, and it's very, very interesting, some of the thoughts and feelings that I've heard from the Facebook page of The Honest Football Coach, which has been a brilliant success. It's at times ruffled one or two feathers. I am massively aware of that, but and this podcast is not designed for that. It's designed to help, if anything. It's designed to be honest, and that's the name of the game, is just to be straightforward and honest. I'm Dan Steele. I've been coaching now since I think I got my level 1 in 2009. So, yeah, a few years ago, 16, 17 years ago or something like that. And I've been involved in 2 different setups with a big gap in between. So the first setup, I was an assistant manager for a friend's team. They started off at under 7s and I went all the way through to about under 12s with them guys. Left because we had a family of our own, and when my son started playing football, natural progression is to jump in and take over and run the club that he plays for, which opens up another can of worms, which we'll get to another time, I'm sure. My club, very fortunate to be involved in Bradwell FC, based in Stoke-on-Trent, playing out of Trubshire Cross. Brilliant facilities, fantastic club, full of support. We have 9 young under 10s now. Some of them have never played football before, so that brings its own challenges for me personally. But with the support of fantastic parents, which is what we're very fortunate to have, it's going in the right direction, shall we say. I mentioned my club Bradwell because the reason I brought that up is literally because I, out of respect for the club, just spoke to the chairman, Adam, and asked him his thoughts of this podcast and asked him if he would be okay with me mentioning the club's name. And what was quite interesting out of that conversation was he had no problem whatsoever with me actually doing it, with me talking about the club, celebrating what we do. He did say, "You will make it positive," and we know each other well enough, and he knows that's going to be the case. Of course it is. But it makes me think all the time that every time I talk about this podcast, or I did my research that I've done in the past over the last few months, a lot of people have been very defensive. And I find that really interesting, that people do get quite defensive about football. It's quite a precious thing, you see. The podcast is designed to not only talk about coaching and actually invite other coaches onto the platform and speak to them, but I also want to talk to referees. I also want to talk to committee members of the league, because I do believe there's very little transparency in what goes on behind the scenes, and everybody knows how difficult it is. Whilst we're all working full time and we've all got families at home, and you're still churning out this performance of making sure a club runs or a league runs and fixtures are out on time and them sorts of things. But it'd be nice just to see what happens behind closed doors. So this was literally just a quick introduction, just to let you guys know what it is that we're doing. And if you would like to join the podcast, if you would like to come and talk to me, we'll do a little interactive sort of Teams call, so you don't have to even leave your house. Share your thoughts and feelings with me, and most importantly, be honest. Let's celebrate what we do, and let's sort of fix the things that we're not doing well. Thanks very much. Speak to you soon.